check again, one more time, everything okay? Okay, now you need to see the balance. If this intelligent lifting frame can install precast components safer and faster, definitely it's going to help the industry.
Across sites and teams, construction is under pressure to work smarter. The industry is rethinking how work gets done.
Innovation, it means adopting better tools and processes to make work safer, more productive.
People like me, we look at how to overcome the manual labor shortages.
But building smarter isn't just about new tools. It's also about people working better together across a project.
The key issue that we face in this magnitude of project will be the communication. We usually face different opinions of different stakeholders.
So it's more than just Dropbox or Google Drive, right? We need an environment that allows us to collaborate across design, construction, and operation and maintenance.
We need to come up with ways to actually deal with scarce resources, improve productivity.
From site to office, a traditional industry is finding new ways to work smarter.
Katie, how is the precast shop drawing for the topmost components?
Yeah, it's all ready.
We are conducting hoisting trials involving precast components such as prefabricated bathroom units and household shelters using an intelligent lifting frame. Lifting precast component is challenging due to their size, their weight, and the precision needed for installation. The precast installation can take considerable time because we need to do a proper rigging and we need to ensure the balancing and leveling and alignment for each hoisting. So for this project, we have prefabricated bathroom units, which is about 14 ton, and household shelters typically about 9 tons. So any technology that can help us improve the efficiency and precision is really exciting for us.
So we are very committed to creating the work. Construction is one of the largest industries in the world, but for decades, productivity has remained largely unchanged. So at Teambuild, we always ask ourselves one key question. Can we redefine what construction looks like? They have actually done a prototype of the floor coating robot. Would this be something that will be useful for our projects? So in 2024, we set out Atlas Robotic. The goal is to bridge the gap between R&D and real-world applications to provide our projects as test beds, give feedback from the ground, and help refine these innovations into scalable and practical solutions.
Ambil lah, okay ah? Okay. Today I want to see how our lifting crew adapts to this new technology. And I wanted to see how fast they can rig the component, how fast the lifting frame lift the component to the construction floor, and how fast it can install. Most importantly, how much human or manual intervention needed.
So the intelligent lifting frame was first developed by HDB together with NUS and A-Star.
Okay, now we're going to bring it up.
The system aimed to enhance safety, precision, and productivity in the lifting and installation of precast components.
Very good.
The industry is standing at the threshold of transformation. So we see technology as the key enabler, so we can do more with fewer hands.
So are we ready to go up? No, go. Okay, we go up. The elements or components in the intelligent lifting frame ensures the load is distributed properly to the wire ropes. For leveling, there is a sensor which measures the inclination, then adjusts the wire rope to do the proper leveling. There is a subsystem in the intelligent lifting frame which controls the sway, and a gyro that controls the turning and rotation up to 180 degrees. It's good. It's really balanced. Level is
The level is good.
This is a trial period. More hands-on training is needed. We will be providing more hands-on training, not only 1 or 2 teams, more teams. Then it will be faster.
Technology is changing not just how things are built on site, but how teams align decisions and information across projects.
You can see all the column vertical member is already up. The horizontal force work is already following closely behind. Currently, this project, in terms of design team, we are managing close to 20 to 30%. In terms of construction, we have a management team close to 20 over site personnel as well.
Boustead project is about providing a full design and build solution. We manage the design consultants as well as the subcontractors. The key or the main pain points is communication.
We use all digital models to verify.
Communications being the formal instructions given from the customers and down to the designers, down to the contractors.
You also have the ability to look at the progress and use this data set to, investigate, review, and collaborate. For the built environment sector, I think we are looking at a common CDE that allows us to collaborate across design, construction, and operation and maintenance. If we just talk about having a digital model that facilitates the approval process of a design for the building, we need to get a very clear understanding how and why the building is being designed as such. As we start moving into the construction phase, this is where some of the data that resides within the design timeline will be handed over towards the construction. It's very critical that there's no latency, there's no discrepancy between what was agreed for the construction. As we move into the operation maintenance, some of this data set will then be used to manage the operation and the maintenance of the building itself. A common data environment allows us to hand over all the various data, metadata, and data sets throughout the timeline.
I also need to review the lab and Archi filtering items. There are some duplicate items for the...
ICE meeting stands for Integrated Concurrent Engineering Meetings. It's almost like a Avengers Assemble for the construction team. It's where I get in the subcontractors and the consultants and all my project managers to sit in the same room so that we can decide what are the issues that we want to close today. It feels very satisfying when I'm able to solve the issues on the spot instead of sending 27 emails.
The next one for Mingwei. Any issues to amend your water pipe layout?
To view the same thing, we actually use a common data environment in our project teams.
Okay, still clears for 5.
We review the design by using the 3D models. These models are also done by our subcontractors and our consultants. They are all responsible for their own trades. I then combine all these models to make sure they work perfectly together. As long as I have set all these parameters correctly and selected the correct models, it federates the model automatically for me. It's all done in the cloud.
And I've realigned it to suit the precast staircase.
We have to make sure that if a certain trade has an equipment here, it doesn't block the service of the other equipment, and make sure that the modelers update the model so we will have the accurate design changes done.
Okay, Ken, I'll close this issue. Thank you.
Being progressive also means that we can foresee certain technologies, and we do see that technology today is not static. It will continue to improve and enhance the way we do our project executions.
Our issue management is actually done on a platform called Autodesk Construction Cloud. The start date, the due date, what is the discipline, who is responsible, and all this data is then collected in our common data environment. So this information is not lost in a chat box or it's not lost in emails. So the good thing about collecting, standardizing all this data is we're able to produce some dashboards. And with these dashboards, we can actually make data-driven decisions. We can actually proactively manage before the issue becomes a problem on site. So I'm currently walking through the Tuas site. and I'm actually looking through the roof elements. So with this VR, I'm able to let the clients walk through and maybe give design reviews and approval also through this. I do feel like I'm playing a game sometimes and the final boss is a good building design. That's what we're trying to bring out. We are currently coordinating the doghouse for the M&E elements. So this you can see that it's not aligned yet. I actually highlighted the structural model to be in teal color. So you can see the structural model is below and the architectural model, which is in grey color, is actually much higher. This is following the previous height. So currently I'll create an issue to get them to actually drop down the height to follow the structural model.
Conventionally, we have been always working in a 2D view. In the context of having BIM, visually, when we talk about 3D, we are able to capture some of this issue in a much more effective way because you are able to investigate in a space that allows us to do real-time measurement. As much as possible, we try to use BIM as a single source of truth. And now with building information modeling and CDE as part of the process, you are able to extract those information and access those information real time as it is being hosted on cloud.
Previously, we had to actually create Excel files and log these issues one by one, manually done. I've actually automated the whole process of the clash matrix and also the issue resolution process. Automating the issue management as well saves me about 3 days a week. Having all our information there definitely increases the accountability. I'm able to see which subcontractor has too many issues closer to the due date to gently remind them to close these issues. This also enables us to do preventive issue management and make sure there's no surprises when we build it on site.
So in the past, 2D is just a plan. So we are not able to visually really feel it. So with this technology we are actually building a future actual building digitally first.
Assuming we did not use digital model to identify some of these potential issues on site, we will be wasting a lot of time trying to do a lot of rework on site, which costs time, money, and manpower. So I think this is one of the key value for contractors.
Across projects, teams are adopting different solutions with the same objective: reducing errors and delivering work more efficiently.
Over here, you can see there's a thicker amount of paint, right? Thicker layer of paint, and then here we have a thinner layer of paint. And this is caused by the inconsistent distance that the manual painter has to the wall. So today we are at the Tengah BTO site. We're here to do a quality check on the paintwork done by humans.
And you can see the different thickness of the sealer coat.
Yeah, there's more grayish here than here. When people think about construction, they think about a lot of manual labor that's going on. But there's a lot of things that go behind the scenes where people like me, we look at how to bring in robotics and automation to overcome manual labor shortages.
In 2023, HDB put out a call for proposals to enhance construction productivity. Teambuild responded, and HDB has since implemented robots to do painting works at BTO sites. And Teambuild is one of the early adopters of this technology.
This is the first project that we are using the painting robots on a big-scale construction. Initially, they were like, why, boss, why you want to use a robot? You don't want us already? Then, slowly when they get to know, get to understand the robot, they start to do the silhouette, they start to do the mapping, and they see the robot start painting, they're like, wow. Then that's where the passion starts to kick in and they want to know a lot more than it.
So the worker only needs to draw a layout on the tablet. It does not need to be exact. And the robot will work out the exact parameters of the wall and the ceiling height based on its AI scan and paint technology. The two cameras on the robot detect the RGB color difference between the wall and the window. So it can tell that this is a window. And when it reaches the window, it will stop painting and then start again when it reaches the wall. For day-to-day operation of the robot, the worker can be trained in half a day.
The position of the spray tip and where the robots come in, maybe it will attract all the young people to come into the industry.
Robotics will make the biggest difference in areas where there's potential to streamline processes and automate labor-intensive tasks. Ultimately, smarter construction is about people. It's about giving them safer work, better tools, and a chance to grow into higher value roles.
Overall, I'm satisfied with this lifting trial. We started well. The rigging was done very easily. We managed to do it with 2 workers only. It was fast. I was impressed with the way the lifting frame balanced the component. Don't down first. Then after that, the hoisting was fast. In a project like this, typically we have about 150 to 200 precast components per floor, per block. This project, we have 6 blocks, 17-story high. So if we can save 10 to 15 minutes per hoist, there'll be huge saving in terms of time.
The industry is actually transforming faster than we think. Digitalization, robotics, automation, they're moving from pilot trials to part of everyday work. If we don't adapt, we will eventually have to catch up. It will be whether we are doing it on our own terms or out of necessity.
So this is a room that we paint with the robot. Okay. So you can see, right, it's much more even with the coating, and you can actually see that it's much whiter and there's no gray spots. It's very consistent. We don't see any unevenness of the paint as we do with manual painting. It also saves a lot of touch-up work and hence also material and manpower. So currently for each robot, it paints around 6 5-room units, compared to a worker who may paint 3 to 4 5-room units a day. For the robot, it is about 10 hours, but for the workers, it can go from 10 to 12 hours depending on their overtime. When we did the manual painting, each team of painter consists of 2 workers, 1 painter and 1 assistant. Now with robotics, 1 team of painters consists of 2 robots and 1 painter. So with this, we can double the productivity because the worker can go and do preparation work while the robot is painting. When I first interviewed, I actually interviewed as a mechanical engineer. And through my previous experience working in automation, they actually created a new role and offered me to be part of this newly created role called technology integration. Without trying newer technologies, you cannot be the forerunner in the industry. So being able to try and be one of the first ones, you gain the knowledge and also the expertise into growing and moving the company forward.
That change is already showing up in how projects are run day to day.
So in the past, we see a lot of drawings, papers, forms, and most of the time, out of 100 of papers, maybe 2 is useful for the days. Previously, there are people using wrong version because everything is in paper. They need to ask around whether this is the latest version of the drawing. So now we move to digital platform. We are at the same source of truth to execute and plan for the works. With the single source of truth, we have transparency. So transparency itself is actually helping us to build more trust between stakeholders. So people will just focus on things that do good instead of having dispute.
We started off with Autodesk Construction Cloud implementation as part of our common data environment. There is always ongoing collaboration with them. And till date, I think we have surfaced a total of 57 requests to them. There are some requests that have been developed. Tools must be easy for user to use, and the features must bring value to the user to enable them to start using and then scaling up the adoption of this digital solution itself.
We tried to use Autodesk Construction Cloud not just for the construction phase, but beyond that, to the building operation phase, So we really had to sit down in a lot of collaborative workshops to come up with a few use cases that we would like to use during the operation phase, things such as defect management. The construction phase is only about 20% of the building life cycle. The rest, 80%, is during the operational phase. So seeing my work being used from the 20%, the rest, the 80% of the building life cycle, definitely made me feel good.
We see some of our customers who embarked with us on this journey, saw the improvements. We have international clients that see that because they operate from different geographical locations, from the US or Europe, they can actually use a BIM model to decide. And again, we're talking about people making decisions from thousands of miles away. So they are fully aware that what we built is actually contained in that BIM model.
So my job in construction has transformed from a BIM coordinator to now I'm being called a digital delivery specialist. Definitely stereotypes still exist, maybe because they are unaware of the job opportunities that come with the field. They always see maybe people on site with the hard hat and sweating is under the hot sun, but that's not the case at all. It goes beyond construction in a way that all this information that we are collecting, it's not about just engineering anymore, it's more to data. So it's more to data analytics, automation, and even some AI analytics as well. So I think this has opened up a whole new career path in the construction industry.
With smarter solutions in place, the built environment is being shaped by more coordinated, efficient ways of delivering projects.
When we talk about smarter construction, it's always connected, it's always collaborative, and at the same time, it's also where we bring in some of this automation.
So what really excites me about this transformation is how it will elevate the industry, making it high-tech, sustainable, and hopefully more attractive to more Singaporeans and women.
We just got the architectural consultant to put in the grid lines. I only have the fear of being repetitive. But if I get to improve, if I get to learn something new, it's always a challenge for me. I also like the fact that the learning never stops. There's always a new workflow, a new application out there that could make my life easier.
It's not a one company journey alone. It's an industry as a whole together. And that's going to help. And that's my version of the big change.
Brought to you by Build SG, championed by BCA.